So I thought I'd cover some nighttime fishing because I don't know, I didn't really enjoy the nighttime fishing until recently because obviously a lot less bites. This spot's producing some really nice zander, not huge. Right, I've had silvers. I haven't had a gold or a diamond from here yet. And that one's just a little baby bronze. But what I'm doing is a 7, size 7, and minnow, and I'm just underarm casting it out there to the dock. I'm on a boat because I'm sort of travelling around. I'm going to do a few little bits in this video, but I just wanted to show you guys my nighttime fishing. There are other fish in this lake obviously, but at night time you can get some really good zander. I've had really good results. I've just got to this spot to try it out. That was the first cast out. Wasn't there that long, to be honest. I thought I'd just try and cover some sort of basic nighttime fishing, zander. Get chub at night, get some eyed. The rainbow, the Atlantic salmon, sorry, they tend to really like sort of an hour before daytime, which I believe is 7 PM till 6 AM is night time. So kind of like 4 or 5 AM. If you go to the main place where you start over here and just fish off the docks, there's one in particular I'll show you in a minute that's really good for zander. But the Atlantic salmon around 5-6 AM seems to be the sweet spot for me. I got a 19 kilo there yesterday, which was nice. I'll show you a couple of other spots. I had a different setup on here a minute ago that seemed to do alright for kind of chub, that kind of fish, even at night time, which was nice. Not having a bite at the moment. That's the thing with the float fishing though, it can take a little while. But when you get the sweet spot, you'll find good fish, and they come quite often as well. So I'll give that another minute or two. And we'll go from there. There comes a little fish. It's just a little one. So at the minute I'm on a 7 hook and minnow. Minnow's one of the zander's favourite. So that's not a zander, we'll see what that is. I like fishing for the big fish, but it's nice to get the challenges to catch the small ones. At the minute I've got a European perch active, but at night time I'm not sure. We'll try and figure that out. A little bream, just a small one there. At this point, if you want to catch the bream and you want to catch bigger ones, you can try different hook sizes. Like I say, I'm on a 7 at the moment, and I'm just sort of, I don't know, chucking it out anywhere from this spot, which is, there's your starting point, and it's just over there. There is a boat you can unlock there, which is what I used to go over here. Another really good spot is, in fact, there's somebody, I don't know, he's going for the lookout tower. This area here is very good for your diamonds and that. Yeah, I thought I'd just come here and try this one out. It's part of the challenge, as you can see, the challenge number 12. Catch a gold rank perch. So I have come at night time. I'm not sure if they bite at night, but there's a zander coming in from the left again. They do like a 7 and a minnow. Can produce some really good numbers actually. This is good. You don't have to be a high level to fish for these. You really don't. Another bronze. What I had on before, I'll try that now. I had a 7, but I had some black line on. Excuse the noise. And that was getting me some decent fish elsewhere, so we'll just chuck that out here, see if anything happens. it's all just trial and error. I have found some really good spots that I've been back to again with the same setup and had nothing. I kind of like that though because it keeps you on your toes, but there are certain spots that you can go to pretty much any time and catch some decent fish. I'm not going to edit this video and cut the time down and stuff. This is just fishing, you know, real time to see what happens kind of thing. Something coming in from the left there. So it doesn't have to be like night times. I don't know. At first I found them really not frustrating, but I wasn't really getting what I wanted to get out of them. And the fish that I like to go for weren't sort of biting at night, but it gives it that extra dynamic now to try and figure it out, which is what I'm doing in this video. I've had a little bit of looking around and stuff, but for the most part, I'm just working this out while I record. And then trying to help you guys out with that. So here you can get the roach, you can get bream here, and zander. Change it up, just chuck a long line out. On here, I'm not expecting to get a bite on this at night. This is a 2-0 spinner. It's quite a big spinner to be honest for night time for this location. I like to use a number 1 spinner. Oh, okay. Well, I was wrong. So there we go. 2-0 spinner. 2 odd. And I believe that's an Atlantic salmon. There's another setup here I want to try for zander. I'm not sure how it's going to fare up. I'm not expecting results from it, but this is, like I say, this is part of the fun. It's just figuring out the nighttime fishing and the spots and what you can catch. It's probably about 4 or 5 kilos, something like that. It's a little one. If you do find they're sort of stuck there, you can just go to the side slightly, like I am, and it usually helps you to lift them in. You do get the odd tricky one though. There you go, 10.29. That's not too bad. It's a silver. And that's on a 2-0 spinner. Now you get that spinner at level 40. You get it given to you. I know not everyone's going to be level 40 that's watching this. They probably already know what's what with the game. So let's change it down. We'll try a 1 spinner. There is another item that's very good for the salmon, but I don't usually fish for them at night, to be honest. Maybe I should. Maybe that's where I'm going wrong. Excuse me. I like to let it sink to about 10 metres usually. And I didn't on that last one. Or in this case, there isn't 10 metres of water. So just let it sink down. So the night fishing is different. It's a different pace usually. You see a lot of zander coming out at night. On the list on the left of what people are catching. bring that in. What I've found for Atlantic salmon, I can't seem to resist usually, is a 2 spinner. Now I've had gold, silver and bronze on the 2 spinner, and that was a friend of mine discovered it, told me about it. I tried it and had amazing results during the day, especially from where the shop is. Again, just fish off the pier at the shop. You don't have to go far for these. I mean, you can catch these all over the place, the Atlantic salmon, but if you fish from the shop, from the pier, you can change your gear quickly behind you, and you will, like, we've both pulled in 19 kilogram salmon from that pier. Looks like there's something following that. I'd expect to bite any second. I think that's a zander, is it? I've not had a zander on that number 2 spinner yet. There you go, silver zander, not bad, not expected, but this is the joy of it, is you don't know what you're going to catch. We'll do another couple of casts for that number 2. So I've already covered, this has had roach in this video, I've had bream, zander and Atlantic salmon. So there's 4 species you can catch from this one spot at night, which is nice. It doesn't have to be slow. Doesn't have to be boring. It's never boring because you never know what you're going to catch. So I didn't expect to get anything on 2-0. I didn't expect to get a zander on this setup because I usually get zander on a 7 and a minnow, or number 2 grub is another good one on the jig. That is very good for zander usually. I think I've got one set up now actually, 2 or 5 sort of. I think it's like 1 to 3 hook size, or kind of 4 to 7 kind of. I'm not sure exactly, but it's got small, medium and large, I'll refer to them as. And yeah, there's another zander on that one. So it appears we've learnt something new live. Number 2 spinner at night time. This spot is producing good ones. I'd love to get a diamond. I've had a couple of diamond fish. I'm going to cover probably in another video diamond, forgotten now, chub and a few others. But this isn't, you know, to get your major fish. This is just nighttime fishing if you're struggling with it, or if you just want to try a different setup or something, and hopefully this helps you out. There we go, we've learnt something new. Well, I have tonight. What I'll do is I'll switch to that different setup really quickly, because this will be the end of the video soon. I've got a 2 jig head and a 1 to 3 type large grub. Usually, I'm saying usually because it is unpredictable what you catch, this is usually good for zander. Chuck it on a 2 speed. We'll have a few casts and we'll see. It'll probably prove me wrong now, but this is the setup I normally use at the shop here for zander, which I'll tell you what we'll do, we'll have a couple of casts on this and then I'll change it and I'll go to that location so we can show you the zander that I get there normally. If you don't have much luck on the large, you can go for the medium. That has really good results as well for zander. I'm just trying to change it up and not do what I normally do. Make some discoveries together, eh? Chub just came out there in Atlantic salmon. a joy. Like I say, you never really know what you're going to get. I'm not going to do the Forrest Gump reference, although the urge is very strong. Just goes to show I normally get really good results on this at the other spots. But here today they seem to like the 2 spinner. So let's quickly jump over here. There's a couple of spots I like. For zander here, that pier's good. That short one there, and just throw it between them posts. I'm going to try this spot. This is my spot that, again, that Rupert, my friend, he showed me. It's a fantastic spot for rainbow trout. Not rainbow trout, Atlantic salmon. Get it right. This spot's had some good zander for me as well. It's not as good as the spot to the left, so we'll move around in a minute. We'll just have a couple of casts here on different setups. See if we can't find anything. Yeah, this is quite a large grub I've got on. No, I'm on the spinner. And these missions are well worth activating. In the top left, I've got one going at the moment, but I need to change that. No, that was the grub. I do apologise. That was the grub that I usually use for zander. This one's got the spinner on it, the number 2 at the moment. There we go, number 2. So it does vary a lot at night. I say this video is getting a bit longer than I wanted it to be, but I just want to show you a few things to keep you fishing through the night. For anyone that's not been having much joy. Just using the smaller gear at the moment, because most people watching this will be, I understand, will be smaller levels. Just going to jump in there and get back on the dock. And cover the bigger stuff later on. We'll just quickly try this spot, have a couple of casts, and that'll be the end of the video. Check out my other ones though, I've got legendary videos, got all sorts. Started doing a lot of stuff with Rupert lately. This spot during the day is probably the best spot for Atlantic salmon and all sorts of things here, but it's a really good spot through the day. Now I've travelled all over the map and ended up back here where you very first start and had some great results. I haven't really done much with the soft baits and jigs, to be honest. I'm just starting off with them really. I prefer the spinners, spoons, that kind of thing. With other lures. Or float fishing. I started out mainly float fishing, to be honest. Chuck a couple of these out and then that'll be that for tonight. So this spinner's always had very good results here. Or spoon. Just keeps you fishing through the night, keeps you catching. Like I say, I've covered a few things here now. It should be enough to see you through a night time for sure. You will get better results than what I'm getting. This is just a quick video. Persevere, you'll get some very decent sized fish. Just try a random one along the edge of the docks, I guess. See if there's anything lurking along there. It's not uncommon at night when you start pulling them in quite often, when you get the bigger ones. You get a lot of people appearing next to you, around you, fishing the same spot as you, trying to do the same thing. I would imagine this is an Atlantic salmon. Not too bad, another silver. So they are here. Hopefully that helps you out a bit. A couple of locations and a couple of different setups to try on your bait. Let me know how you get on though. Drop a comment, whatever you catch. Like I say, this isn't meant going for diamond, this, that and the other. It's just get some silver, get some gold, which you will get on those setups. And just a couple of locations. There are so many locations, just these are the ones that work for me. Hopefully I'll catch up with you in a bit. Don't forget to drop us a sub, that would be great, or a like, or a comment, as they say. Yeah, I'll catch you all in a bit. Take it easy.